I'm feeling nervous, like I just interviewed my HR.
Luckily that we are into different companies now. Otherwise, I would have met you on Monday. मेरे को ज़माने हो गए इंटरव्यू दिए हुए, तुम मुझे नर्वस कर रहे हो.
Hello everyone. Welcome back. Another episode of SaaS Talk. So aaj we have very special guest. She is the one who hired me in previous organization, and now I'm going to ask her why she hired me. थोड़ी देर पहले she was talking about she is very nervous because she is expert in taking interviews, not in giving interviews. But today we are going to ask everything about her. So welcome, Juhi.
Thank you so much, Pratik. Thank you for having me on your platform.
So we would like to start with how you started and how you achieved so much in HR. Although we have perception ki HR don't do any work, but still you are at good level.
Okay, so by qualification, I have done my PGDBM in HR. So since beginning, I wanted to be in a team which supports all over the growth of the company, and that's how I found HR a part where I can contribute to the best of my knowledge, and that's how I started. So I have worked into healthcare industry and then ended up being into SaaS industry. So yeah, that's how I started, and that's where I am right now.
So right now you are leading the entire team, right? You are, head of entire APAC region, right? So what kind of challenges you have faced so far? Like what kind of, hurdles you have, crossed in this entire journey?
So challenges are about quick understanding about the product line, quick understanding about what is the company into, and start delivering. So when you are into SaaS, it is a very dynamic field wherein people have to be very spontaneous, have to respond back before the timelines, I can say. So yes, that's what's the challenging, and but in the end of the day, that also gives it a challenge that yes, we have to give our best and we have to perform.
Okay, perfect. So you hired so many people, right? So many people. I guess you don't even have count. So if, do you like, can you recall any of unique interview which you have taken and it was very impressive or something very different which like created a picture in your head?
Yes. So there was one interview, so which was again for HR department only. I was looking out for someone in my team, and the other person introduced me. I will not name the person right now, but that was very impressive to me because within 2 minutes, the entire table was turned, and instead of me asking him the questions and me asking him like, "Oh, okay, tell me more about you. What kind of work you are doing," he ended up asking me the question. So he has done his homework very well. He was well aware about the company. He was well aware about myself. He has visited the LinkedIn pages and all those things. So I found him very impressive. The reason is that he was well prepared. He was well groomed. He knew what he's doing. So someone who is having only 5 years of experience is so well groomed, so informative. Although he has not given much of his background information, but the way he asked questions to me, he was selected for me.
That's nice. So, like I have heard that, HR are the first people who are going to sell the entire company to a candidate whom they wanted to select, right? And that is true. That is true. Even in companies and startups, which we have worked, right? It's very hard to get any candidate on board, any good candidate on board, right? So, so what impressed you? How you select candidate? Like this person is correct for this profile.
So, Pratik, the best answer to your question will be that it is an entire journey for a candidate. From the moment we look out for candidates, be it an inbound process or an outbound process, the moment we reach the candidate, the way he handles the interview process, till the end, till the time the person has joined the organization, through the entire process a candidate is being looked up to. Of course, during till the time the offer is being raised, the process is very different. We are into process of screening and shortlisting and rejecting. But at the same time, it is also very important for candidates to understand that if, say, for they have been shortlisted and selected, it's not over. You need to submit your documents on time. You have to have that empathy and understand the entire importance of entire process. So just 10 minutes of an interview round does not give the entire picture of a candidate, and we should respect that, not just as an employer but as a candidate as well. So entire process is what makes a huge difference.
Okay, again, like this is very, very impressive, like the way HR is doing in this very, very, fast growing industry. So now again, this is similar to my last question, like how you judge anyone within 30 or 1 hour, right? How you make sure that this candidate is perfect? Like I cannot judge anyone in 30 minutes, right? So how you judge anyone?
So it's not being about judgment. Let's to be keep it in a very layman language. The interview process should be taken as a two-way process, wherein um, we as well we are going to understand about the candidate is also going to understand about the company. So being informative, being empathic, how well you are dressed, how well you are answering the questions, is what is looked up to. At times it happens is that, many of time it happens is that HR in the end, or probably any hiring manager in the end of the interview, asks that, okay, so do you want to ask me anything? And most of the time candidates say, no, I'm good. Now that's again a very important question that shows that how informative you are. Now when I say so, that does not mean that you should always be ready with a question. It could be that during the discussion round, most of your questions are answered. But if at all you have something, do ask the interviewer, so that the entire segment is complete. And 30 minutes is a time which is productive, and it could be 30 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, or it could be more than that or lesser than that, but that's productive for both of the people.
Okay, Juhi, like when I'm taking interviews, so I have set of questions, right? And I ask specifically those questions to those salespeople whom I'm going to hire. Do you have any kind of set of question that these are the questions which you ask in your interviews?
Yes, so there are always set of questions which we ask that depends upon department to department, for which department we are hiring, for which role we are hiring. So according to that, the questions varies. So say for if we are going to uh, um, interview someone who's into sales, we will definitely going to ask about how comfortable they are with a target driven role, what are their achievements, and how well they have done it, what are the challenges and all those things. So questions are always there and it should be there, but then again it goes customized. So in SaaS nothing is fixed, so those goes customized. We in the end of the day customize as per the candidate. Basic questions remain same, but customizations are always there.
Okay, so you mentioned hiring as per the departments, right? And question as per the department. What is the biggest difference between hiring a sales candidate for SaaS solution or hiring a tech candidate for tech solution, right? Like these, I know these both are totally different, but what is the major changes which you do in your interview?
Uh, okay, there is a huge difference between hiring someone for a sales department or hiring someone who's for tech. The first difference is that tech people are too much into process oriented, and they will look into everything very, very minutely. But on the other hand, the sales people need to have that hustling into them. They need to understand the customization and need to understand that at times they have to jump into things and um, handle the situation. That's what salespeople needs to do. And of course they need to be very presentable, the communication skills needs to be very, very good. So these are the very basic things where we differentiate. When we go for tech people, probably we will go ahead with the testing rounds, and they have to present a coding round and all those things. Those things we do not look for salespeople.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. So most of the viewers are freshers. They are going to start journey in SaaS, right? So what is the major feedback which you like to give to freshers for any kind of interview? Or if I frame it in a better way, how anyone can impress you, for get hired?
Okay. So first of all, for freshers, the most important thing is that they need to be who they are. At times it happens is that they tend to give answers like, oh, I want to do that after 5 years, I want to these questions are outdated. To put it in a very layman language, we are now in an age where Gen Z, they don't know what they're going to do tomorrow. So let's not answer it like probably what I'm going to do in next 5 years. So just be yourself. Come up with a mindset that in SaaS you have to learn, and then you have to unlearn, and then you have to relearn. So this process will always remain there. It cannot be. It is. This is what even I follow, even after having 12 years of experience. So as a fresher, yes, you need to show all these skills while you are being interviewed, um, so that you get a good position in any of the company.
Okay, perfect. So, I would like to, like, I ask this question to everybody, right? What is your biggest three learnings so far in your life? Maybe it's personal, professional, anything.
One I just shared with you: learn, unlearn, relearn. Second is, of course, in whatever stage of your career you are, you need to put your family first. That's the most important thing. Once you have that in place, your professional life will be definitely taken care of. So any given point of time, if you have to take a break from your career, please be very comfortable and do that. That's what I have learned in my so far career, my own journey. I've taken breaks and I've come back and I've been doing good for myself. Third is to enjoy the journey. Whatever you are doing, if you're not enjoying it, then it's not making sense to you or to your company or to anyone whom you are around. So that's what my three learnings are.
Okay, Jay. So, Johi, like, let me confess one thing. I'm very much impressed with you and your way of working, right? I know that you have family, you are taking care of your child, and still you are, working and you are taking care of entire organization. I have seen you working in an organization, organizing all those activity, right? So, what makes you, so much motivated to do these things and keep yourself? How you keep yourself pumped up? Yeah, this is what we are going to do, and like I have seen you so much excitement and so much enthusiastic, right? So what makes you motivation? What is your motivation?
Well, Pratik, thank you so much, first of all, for giving this compliment to me. Now, coming to the part of motivation. So, the motivation comes from ownership. If you really own your work, in specifically when we are into SaaS, we are into a work culture which require us to take roles and responsibility, not keeping in mind our designation, then of course you come up with those ownership skills. And when you have ownership, you tend to behave like that. You tend to have that motivation within you that, okay, fine, today I'm going to do this, I need to complete this. You do not look at the watch, and you just tend to complete your work. That's what your main focus is. So yeah, ownership is what makes me motivated. And luckily I have worked with people who have given me that kind of environment that I can take ownership of my work and give my deliverables.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time. One last question. I would definitely like to know, like, what is the, key areas any HR focus in our organization, especially in a SaaS organization? What kind of, work culture they try to build? What is the one thing they try to change in any organization? What kind of things they look after when they, join any company?
From an HR perspective, there are many things which people have to look into. Not just, at times you also said that, many of times we don't have work, and I'm so happy to hear that. Let me be very frank. Yes, in the end of the day, that's, I call it my work. If in the end of the day, my each and every employee is empowered to do their job to the best, my job is done. If they do not call me, if they do not come to me, that means they are getting everything on time. And that is what in the end of the day HR has to do. Specifically, now if I put focus on SaaS, then it's dynamic world. We need people who need to have that kind of environment for them to deliver. So that only comes when they're everything, every basic thing is taken care of, from their initially from their payroll to compliances and to smallest of the things, be it any engagement activity, be their training sessions and all those things. So as an HR, it is difficult to put efforts in each and every block each and every day, but we try to do that. And the day we stop getting emails from employees asking for where is my salary slip and what is being done for us, that is the day when you can say that our job is done.
Okay, thank you so much for taking care of all those things. I'm just thanking on behalf of all those employees who have worked with you.
Thank you so much, Pratik. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you for coming, Juhi. With this, we are going to end this session, right? I know you have very tight schedule, and I'm trying to get you onboard from very long time. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm feeling nervous. Like I just interviewed my HR.
Luckily that we are into different companies now. Otherwise, I would have met you on Monday.
True. Thank you so much, Juhi. Thank you for joining. Take care. Bye-bye. Everybody, don't forget to like and share with your friend. If you have any kind of query, you can go and send a DM to Juhi. I'm going to mention her LinkedIn profile below. And yes, don't forget to subscribe. See, still I'm nervous. Bye-bye. Take care.